Good morning, students. I am Arogya Swami Yekaradi, the newly joined lecturer for St. Joseph's College, Dharwad. Foremost, I would like to thank the management, the principal of St. Joseph's College, and the faculties of St. Joseph's College for embracing my presence among them. To speak few words about myself, I have been teaching the commerce and management subjects for about 13 years. I have been handling the subjects in BBA, BCom, and some subjects in MBA also for some times. St. Joseph's College has given me the responsibility of teaching you the subject called as business correspondence and reporting. In my today's class, I will be speaking to you about the different chapters that are inculcated in your syllabus and what are the objectives of this syllabus. And I'll also be telling you how this syllabus is going to help your career and your knowledge when you complete the study of this particular subject. The main intention of providing this particular subject for you, the students, the Karnataka University intends to provide an understanding of basics of business correspondence. It means that when you complete your studies and you start working in business organizations, you will be able to correspond. It means you will be able to communicate written among yourself or within the organization or with the other organization in a better way. This particular syllabus will enable you to develop a very effective business relationship with other organizations. The conceptual and interpretational and communication skills that are included in this syllabus will make you a very effective communicator once you study this particular syllabus. This syllabus is having 5 chapters. The first chapter gives you an introduction to the business correspondence and reporting. The second chapter speaks about the trade correspondence. The third chapter speaks to you about banking and insurance correspondence. The fourth chapter speaks about company secretarial correspondence. And the fifth chapter speaks to you about employment related correspondence. It simply means first chapter will only give you an idea of what is business correspondence and reporting. The second chapter will speak to you about how to correspond and write a letter or maybe communicate in the trade relationships. The third chapter will speak to you about how to communicate or how to write a letter or how to draft your emails and other things for banking and insurance organizations. The fourth chapter will speak to you about being a company secretary. What are the correspondence that a secretary is supposed to do within the organization? And the fifth chapter will speak to you about writing the letter or writing the correspondence or writing the communication for employment related areas. In the first chapter, when it comes to the introduction, we study about what is business correspondence, what is the nature of business correspondence, and what are the functions of business correspondence, what is the meaning of this business correspondence. We also study about what are the basic principles, or maybe we can also call it as what are the basic or important elements that makes your business correspondence very effective. It will also give you the meaning of correspondence in oral, in written, in video, in audiovisual, and it will give you the different types of strategies or maybe the different types of method to communicate orally, written, video, or audiovisual. So when you study about this chapter, you will also be able to understand the essential elements of very good business correspondence. By studying of this chapter, you will become a very good communicator by understanding the different principles of communication. This chapter also speaks about the structure and layout of business correspondence. It means when you are writing a business correspondence, what is the different type of structure you can use to write a letter? What are the different types of layouts you can use to write a business letter? It will help you to understand the impact of information technology in business communications today. It simply gives you what are the different types of business correspondence communication method that are included recently. Coming to the second chapter, simply trade correspondence. In this particular chapter, you will be able to understand how one business organization writes a letter to the other business organization. The The correspondence in this chapter is always related to the trade. Trade is simply means buying and selling. When you complete the chapter, you will be able to understand what are the different types of quotations to be written, how the quotation is drafted, how the orders are placed, how the tenders are called for, how the tenders are applied for. You will be able to understand how do you write a sales letter, how do you write a claims letter in business organization. You will also be able to understand what are the different types of sales problems that happen. When the sales problems are happening, how you have to write a letter for asking them to set the sales problems right. You will be able to understand how the credit asking letters are drafted, how the credit letters are replied to. You will be able to understand how the letters are written for collecting of credit from the people who have taken the materials on credit basis. You will also be able to understand what are the nature and what are the different types of credit correspondence that are written in the trade. You will be able to also to write circulars today. And when you study about the circulars, you will study about the meaning of circular, objectives of circular, and what are the different types of circulars. Coming to the third chapter, this chapter speaks to you about how to write a letter for a for a business organization to a banking organization. It will also give you an idea of writing a letter being a business organization to insurance sector. In this particular chapter, you will be able to understand how the overdraft correspondence is done, how the cash credit correspondence is done, what are the different types of letters that you write for asking for the loan, and how do you write a letter for a current account holder, how do you write a letter for understanding the relationship between the banker and the customer. That is the reason this chapter is called as a correspondence in banking. In the second chapter, you will be able to understand the correspondence with regard to the insurance organizations. When you write the letters, or when you draft the communication, or when you write the communication for an insurance organization, it will be usually including the payment letters. You will write a letter for the policy holders to renew their insurance premium. You will also write a letter to claim if you are a policy holder. You will write a letter for the settlement of the insurance amount, or if you are an insurance company, you will write a letter to the insurance holder, the settlement of the policy. You will also be able to understand the different types of correspondence for various agencies. Agencies simply means different types of organizations we have. You will also be able to write a letter for customers regarding dues. You will be able to write a letter for follow-up of letters. You will be able to understand how to write a letter for the government organization. We call them as public authorities. You will be able to write a letter to the Provident Fund Office. You will be able to write a letter for the commissioner. When you complete this third chapter, you will also be well versed with writing letter to postal department, telegram or telegraph authorities. You will be able to write a letter to tax officers or the officers of GST. You will be able to write letter about claiming the tax. This chapter gives you a knowledge about how to appeal for and settlement of different types of tax problems or maybe issues you have. This will also help you to write a letter for filing the income tax. And this chapter gives you a vast knowledge about how you are supposed to communicate in written format for the GST offices and GST returns. Simply, this chapter will give you a knowledge about writing letter to the business organization and insurance sector along with other public organizations. Coming to the fourth chapter, this chapter will teach you how to make a correspondence being a secretary of any organization. Secretary is a person who will be working in the organization in close contact with the management and with the lower level management. He works as a bridge between the top level management and the lower level management. He is a person who implements all the ideas of the top level management in the middle and lower level. This chapter will give you knowledge about writing correspondence with regard to the promotional letters. It will give you knowledge about writing the letter about the incorporation of the company, or incorporation means simply registering a company or starting of the company. It will give you knowledge about how to write a letter to the company's registrar when you are listing with the stock exchange. You can also be able to draft the notices for conducting of the meeting. You will be able to understand how the agenda is drafted being a secretary of any organization. This chapter gives you knowledge about how to report any particular meeting that has happened in the organization. We call it as minutes of the meeting. This particular chapter will give you knowledge about writing a report of any of the important aspects of the organization, how this is reported by a secretary in the company. Coming to the last chapter called as correspondence to employment related correspondence. In this chapter, you will be studying about being a candidate for a particular job or being a company for recruiting a particular person. What are the different types of correspondence that you do? For example, when an advertisement is called in the newspaper with regard to the availability of the job, it is called as a solicited letter that you will be writing to the company. So it will give you knowledge about how to write an application for a particular company, how to draft your resumes. It will help you to understand the different types of formats for writing an application to the company. It will help you to understand what are the different types of resumes. We also call them as curriculum vitae. Sometimes we call them resumes. Some people call it as biodatas. It will help you to understand how to write these curriculum vitae, biodata, and resume. And this will help you to understand and write communication orally, written, or maybe video or audio with regard to candidates test as a candidate for a particular job. It will make you understand how the letters are drafted for an interview. It will also help you to write a letter being a secretary of the company for a particular candidate who has applied for the job. We call them as follow up letters. This particular chapter will speak to you about business report presentation also, where video conferencing is spoken of. It will also speak to you about e-communication methods such as email, such as pager, such as nowadays we also have got messaging. So these type of employment related correspondence are taught in the fifth chapter. When you complete the study of this particular syllabus called as business correspondence and reporting, you will be able to understand how we can communicate in written or orally or by video communication to different organizations such as trade organization, public organizations, employment related organization, banking sectors, and insurance sectors. This particular chapter becomes very important for a commerce student, because all the employments that you are going to take up in the future after completing your BCom are either related to banking, insurance, or you are going to be a secretary, or maybe you are going to be a salesman, or you are going to be an entrepreneur. These are all the areas where you need a very good skill of communicating with the others. So this particular chapter and this particular syllabus called as business correspondence and reporting will help you to understand how to communicate with others being a commerce student. If you want to look for good books to study about this syllabus, you can go to a book written by Rajendra Paul and Coral Hurley, which is very respected and which is very much a referred book in business communications. You can also read a book by Rohini Agarwal. It is called as Business Correspondence itself. Recently, it is been edited as Business Communications Skills. You can refer to that book. Or if you are finding it very difficult to refer these type of bigger books that is actually meant for knowledge and other things, you can also refer to the smaller books which are exclusively having the syllabus of Karnataka University. So thank you so much for patient hearing. In my next class, if you want to understand the quality of video and audio, please try to use earphones. Thank you so much. I shall, in my next class, will be talking to you about the sub chapter called as Introduction to Business Correspondence and Reporting. Thank you.